Thank you, Vasu. Good evening to all, and welcome all in the GMS webinar series 6. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Haren Sanghvi, Managing Director, GMS Plastic Machinery Private Limited, for giving us an opportunity to showcase our wastewater treatment system. So let us start our presentation regarding our wastewater treatment system and our all the facilities.
Nimal bhai, you are in mute.
Now, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Giving you all brief about our group companies. That first, Mahavir Synthesis Private Limited, that is a pioneer in manufacturing and export of dye intermediate and specialty chemicals. It is 4 decade old and 3 generation old company. Second is the Mahavir Eco Project Private Limited, which is a common environmental facility in which we have common spray drying facility at GIDC Sachin. And about 40 odd numbers of members are benefited from this one. GITAR, that is Green India Technological Alliance for Advance and Research. Hello, is it audible?
Yes, we are audible.
Yeah.
We are hearing.
Okay, fine. GITAR is an environmental and R&D arm under which we undertake all kind of wastewater treatment system and all that. And here we give assistance to industry also for the selection and treatability study of the wastewater treatment system. In MG Techno Services, we provide and supply electrocoagulation based biological MBBR and based ETP treatment plant. And MW2 Eco Ventures Private Limited is a joint venture between this W2 Incorporation of India, in which we take EPC activities for waste gasification and other allied field activities. Now, coming to the MG Techno Service, that WaterX is our brand in which we supply domestic sewage wastewater treatment plant, industrial wastewater treatment, and recycling plant. MG Techno Services basically deals in electrocoagulation based treatment as well as biological treatment technologies, which includes MBR or MBBR. Now coming to our trade effluent, that statutory requirement for discharge of effluent or wastewater in inline on our inland surface. Major parameters are that pH should be in the range of 5.5 to 9, COD should be less than 250, BOD should be less than 30, oil and grease less than 10, temperature less than 40, and like that. So now we have to achieve this norm if we want to discharge our effluent on inland surface. These are our pictorial view of ETP which we supply to our customers. Now, what is actually electrocoagulation? Electrocoagulation is a process, you can say that electrocoagulation reactor is the simplest form, is made of an electrolytic cell with one anode and one cathode. If applied direct external direct current, then it will destabilize, suspend, emulsified, and dissolve contaminant present in the wastewater, and then it will make a colloidal form as shown in this slide, that it will first it will coagulate, and then this coagulation that will combine and make a flocculation, a flock of heavy material that will be easily suspended and easily set level. another which technology which we are supplying is MBR, that is membrane bioreactor. This membrane bioreactor is a process in which microfiltration or ultrafiltration takes place, along with uh, suspended of growth of bioreactor. It is very useful in industrial as well as municipal wastewater. Uh, Now, main benefit of MBR technology is we can get a high quality of treated wastewater, which we can reuse again in our plant. If one has their own old ETP, then with the help of this bio MBR based reactor, we can upgrade that old one also. Second important thing is that it consists of takes a very small footprint. Means in very small area we can install MBR based bioreactor, and here also COD removal is excellent. Major this our system works in water jet, loom industries, textile industries, domestic sewage, chemical industry. We have taken trial in your plastic waste recycling effluent also, and many. Now coming to basically your wastewater, this plastic recycling industry wastewater, we have taken case study. We have received a sample from one of the supplier of your industry, and we have come to know that you are utilized. There are three major stages in your type of industry, in which first stage consists of very high level of dirt. Now we have taken this wastewater and treated with our electrocoagulation technology. We have achieved fantastic result. You can see that COD in inlet was 1466, which is reduced to 62, only 62, and BOD having 365 milligram per liter, that has come to just 18. Means we can achieve your inlet surface norms also if the feed is of this kind. Now, second stage of wastewater, in which we have been informed that you are using that detergent or caustic or some additional chemical or and some oil and some other high concentration chemicals, in which also you can see that COD removal rate was excellent. That was 1520 was reduced to 73, and BOD of 386 was reduced to 20. And you can see the clarity also on the below mentioned this picture. And third stage is you are saying that it is just washing or topping of that effluent that only that which needs to be treated, in which COD was about 1100, which was reduced to 72, and BOD of 257 was reduced to 15. So means whatever sample we have received from your kind of industry, treatment with our electrocoagulation system has shown excellent result. Now I will show the schematic. How would be the schematic of our ETP? First, the ET wastewater will be subjected to settling tank, because you have high level of dirt and all that. Here we will give polyelectrolyte treatment, and from bottom we will take out sludge. And whatever the filtrate is there, that will be passed through screening chamber to our EC, electrocoagulation chamber. Here electrocoagulation will take place, and after filtration and removal of sludge, uh, we can have treated effluent which can be recycled also. Now, if the feed quality changes and some toxic material is very high or something like that, then we can use additionally MBR system also. And then also, if it is not coming within recyclable range, then RO is also optional. Means everything will depend upon how the quality of wastewater is. I will show that various treatment trials taken on various kind of industries. There is dye intermediate, we have shown that how is the feed quality and how is intermediate and how is final. So these are yarn dyeing industry, which is having the high color value, domestic sewage, that is we are receiving very clear water from it, textile CTP, food, textile processor, water jet. Now water jet loom industry is somewhat similar to kind of you, because here they have emulsified oil. In your kind of industry also, I have come to know that there is much more of emulsified oil, and that can be removed also. So these are the various trial taken from various type of industries. Now we are supplying, we have customized our treatment system. We have various type of system that will have 50 kiloliter per day, having capacity of 50 kiloliter per day to 200 kiloliter per day. We are considering 20 hours of operation. Now here space requirement is very less as compared to conventional ETP. For 50 kl per day of treatment system, space requirement is just 12 to 15 square meter. Such for 75 also it will be similar. For 100 it will be 18 to 20 and like that. Second thing is connected load power supply. For 50 KLD that will be about 5 to 6 kilowatt. 75 it will be 6 to 7. 100 also almost same. For 150 KLD it would be 7 to 8 kilowatt. 200 KLD 9 to 10 kilowatt. Now there are many questions from your side also, that how is the along with OPEX, what is the along with CAPEX, what is the OPEX also. Now we have estimated that about 8 to 12 paise per liter will be an operating cost. In this operating cost, we have included electric power, replacement of electrode, and labor cost. However, this OPEX will be may differ somewhat if the pollutant load is higher or lower. Now, taking to your questions, that is, first one was that what if oil and grease is there? What type of agent we need to neutralize water? As earlier said, that electrocoagulation treatment scheme is very effective in removal of oil and grease. It can handle 5% of oil and grease content, and you can get treated water without any oil and grease content. If you have, however, if you have higher content of oil and grease present in your wastewater, then one may use oil and grease traps before feeding to electrocoagulation system. So it can easily be treated. Second question was how to reduce the clogging of small plastic particles. Right now, many fine screens are available in the market. So before, as a primary treatment, we can install various type of this suitable screens, and we can get rid of this plastical residue also. Third question was, will ETP plants also neutralize the smell that goes with the water? Here we would like to say that it will depend on how the wastewater quality is. However, we have, from our experience, we have seen that to some extent odor is reduced. But if it is not reduced, and if there is a high odor, then we can install carbon treatment system at final stage to reduce the smell from wastewater. Another one is what is the best treatment process for effluent treatment? See, now there are many types of effluent available, means various types of effluent, and there are various types of effluent treatment technologies also. So depending upon the quality of effluent, we have to install our ETP. For that only we have installed, we have inbuilt our R&D system in as our one R&D arm, where we take on treatability study of effluent and then suggest which is the best technology suitable for particular effluent. There is one more slide also, I think. My computer is no problem. Yeah, got it. Another question was that type of agents are used for neutralizing MSW waste. It's from MSW waste, there are major part is oil and grease, and that I have already informed that oil and grease up to means up to 5% that can be removed easily. Another question was what is sure to contain detergent, caustic, degreasing agent, and water from different chemical needed to neutralize. The biological treatment can cater this detergent, caustic soda based impurities. So if we if we install if there are high level of contaminant, then we can install additionally biological treatment that can take care of it. And there are many cationic coagulants also available that can take care of this kind of chemicals, and which can reduce the effect of this harmful chemical. One question was interesting that we do not have a treatment plant, but I think maintenance cost is high. Can you elaborate? See, I have already explained that it is 8 to this maintenance cost is high, approximately 8 to 12 paise per liter. That will means depend on how the feed water is. Means everything will depend upon the quality of feed water. So most probably it will be in this range only. So here I just close my presentation. If you have any query, and as we discussed by Mr. Vasu, that we will take that one in our question answer session. Thank you very much.